Hey guys, it's Quickie Baby, and this video is going to be about being the good guy or doing the right thing, candidly, in random games. I'm going to be turning off my webcam so you guys can see the chat as it happens in these games. So we're playing on Lakeville. We're in the town, having a standard kind of fight-off that happens on the encounter here. I'm in a WZ-120, a Tier 9 Chinese medium tank. And there's an IS-8 here in front of me. Already my team have started the lovely kind of stuff that you get in World of Tanks. Total Idiots team, next idiot team declares IS and Carnarvon on our team. We have a Waffenträger Alf Panzerfear below us. I try and shoot through that tombstone, but it doesn't quite work. And oh god, there's a Lorraine, a Tier 9 medium tank with an autoloader just came round the corner. He's unloading pretty badly on this IS-8. I see that the IS-8 is pretty low on health. I come round and absorb the final shot, keeping him alive. And the guy says thanks to me. We continue on for a little bit. I get shot in the back of the turret by the T-54E1. Wasn't really his fault. I wasn't too mad about it because I went out in front of him. But I get called a total noob by the T-54E1 facepalm. There are so many toxic things in World of Tanks, and really I feel that these couple of minutes of gameplay show the best and the worst of the World of Tanks community. Firstly, people already declaring a team to be noob or fail. Saying that openly in chat, what's it ever going to achieve? Is that going to help you to win? Is by calling your team noob really going to help them to win this game? If anything, that Carnarvon and that IS probably lowered their win percentage chance by demoralizing the remaining forces that we had left. Now that Lorraine statistically was the best player on the enemy team. He got a rush of blood, and I guess he thought that WZ was cowering behind the IS like a chicken. Now realistically, with my like 90 to 100 millimeters of frontal armor, I thought that I had a much lower chance to bounce than the IS-8 would. I stayed behind him, hoping that his armor would be able to hold up until I knew that it wasn't, took the shot that would have killed him just before I reloaded and finished off the Lorraine. Seconds later, this T-54E1 slams me in the back of the turret, which is, it's neither person's fault really. I pushed out round the corner to shoot, and it wasn't entirely his fault that he put one in the back of my turret. We were at equal fault. However, replying in a toxic fashion, is that really going to ever achieve anything? Now, don't get me wrong, I'm no angel, I rage. And maybe 1 in 100 games, I might even target out an individual as playing badly for some unknown reason or making huge mistakes. But what I'm trying to realize is that, will it ever really help the situation? Let's take a look at some more examples of kind of karma in practice. So here we see me playing in the Object 140, and I'm about to make a really bad mistake. I try and shoot through the walls to hit the T-62A in third person, and I track the IS-7. I immediately tell him that I'm sorry, and he said, "It's okay, no problem." I didn't do any damage to him. Using that third person to shoot through walls is one of the best ways to be able to still effectively take out your targets. And it's a trick that I recommend that everyone does. Now, I've done this IS-7 bad. I'm going to try and make up for my misdeeds right now. At the moment, he's got this IS-7 locked down and a T-54 nailing him in the side over and over. Help him out with the IS-7. Go and protect the side of his tank. And the T-54 goes away. Immediately the IS-7 says thank you. And you could argue that this example isn't as candid as the previous one, because I effectively did wrong to the IS-7. I accidentally tracked him, albeit that I did no damage to him. And so you could argue that I was sort of trying to make up for the fact that I did him wrong by being nice to him. Now, while that's true, I would also argue that irrelevant of what sparked, well, what made me realize about what the right thing was to do in that situation, I'm just trying to encourage other people to do this. Both myself and the IS-7 went on to have pretty darn good games. Sometimes as well, it doesn't even cost you anything. You can see that your friends are in trouble. You can angle your armor well to cover their tracks, allowing them to put their tracks back on. I've taken absolutely no damage and kept him alive. It might take them a while to realize, but they say thank you in the end. And that's the most badly abbreviated "you're welcome" of all time. One thing I will add is that those guys can go on to have even better games than you. Look at this, Jackie Moon. You went on to use that little bit of help I gave you to do 50% more damage than me. Sometimes you'll be playing games, and even though you're not platooned with someone, you're just going to end up having one of those kind of games where you look after each other. Here I am locking this T69 in for my T-34-2 friend. Oh, donkey bounce. He picks up the kill though. And really what you're going to find out is that... Oh, what I'm trying to say with this video is I really hope that I can at least sort of restore a little bit of the belief that teamwork in random games does happen. That blocking shot for the T-34-2 there kept him healthy. And I had a pretty darn good chance of bouncing that shot. I was a little unlucky that it went through the turret. As you're going to see, it just managed to go just to the left of my mantlet. I'll pause it so you can actually see just the left of my mantlet in there. One thing that I will add, however, is that being good to teammates, you can have those kind of moments where you feel like you really are in a platoon with random people. Can sometimes cause you to have much worse games than you otherwise would have. Let's consider for a moment there that I had let that T-34-2 take that 390 alpha damage. You would definitely be dead by now. I'd say he's probably done 1,000 damage. He picked up the kill on that KB2 there. A tank that the Type 59 would very much like to just chew up. I'm just going to speed up the gameplay a little bit here. I'm going to watch it in double time. This T-34-2 finds, for all intents and purposes, AFK T-34. If he wasn't there, I would have most likely picked up a couple of extra shots there. He manages to kill an ISU-152 that I would have got the kill on as well. He picks up a T-28 there that we would have likely have been able to finish off as well. And keep an eye on him. That's the T-34-2 that we saved. Wow, this looks so awesome when you look at multiple tanks in the free camera rolling after each other. And that Borsig just got wolf-packed by a bunch of medium tanks. Oh, looks like you you bought the big one. One of my favorite moments of the replay coming up. Oh, what a bounce. And I found this is quite an effective way to actually deal with tank destroyers. Just get behind them and completely wedge them in. He physically can't turn, and his panic state is that he'll reverse his tank. Oh man, that sucks for you, dude. And the T-34 too takes a kill that could very well have been mine. Now I went on in that game to have a very respectable round. 186,000 credits. Can't complain, you know, Type 59. It's pretty hard to make the money on it. 2,386 experience with the premium account, albeit with no kills. But I guess a Confederate reward. This T-34 too ended up going on and picking up a Top Gun. Now one could argue that if I hadn't saved this guy, I could have gone on maybe to do, you know, 5,000 damage there, and it would have undoubtedly been an ace tanker. Or a much, much higher ace tanker than it was. I guess I just wanted to play devil's advocate for a second and give you the alternative side of this argument, that I guess sometimes nice guys will finish last. Or maybe not last, but just not where they could have been if they had literally been as much of a bastard along the way as possible. Still, if you went through life, and also this game like that, I think it would be a much, much, much sadder experience. I feel like quite a lot of the community in World of Tanks can be toxic. But having played other games such as League of Legends, I can tell you as a matter of fact that actually the World of Tanks community is pretty good. And if you haven't played other MMO games, that might quite worry you, and you'll probably be very afraid and not wanting to play any other games. So I want to try and have a bit of positivity injected back into World of Tanks as I violate the back of this Ferdinand. So I'm going to be running a competition. Over the next maybe 1 to 2 to 3 weeks, I want you to submit your replays of you being a good guy in World of Tanks. I don't want them to be you being a good guy to your platoon mates. That's one of the conditions of the competition. I want them to be of you literally being nice to people who you have no affiliation with. They can't be your clan mates. They can't be in a platoon with you. And I'd prefer that you didn't try and set it up by signing up at the same time as people and then specifically being nice to them because you already knew them. Don't cheat the competition because it's gonna be karma based. And if you cheated this, then I wish you all the bad luck in World of Tanks ever. Anyway, I may or may not be giving out some prizes. When I've got such lax rules, I'm not sure if you guys are even going to be able to give any kind of these replays that I'm looking for. But the conditions are going to be as follows. You must go to this following website I'm going to show you. Replays.quickybaby.com. You have to log in using your World of Tanks account, upload a replay, choose the replay from your World of Tanks folder, title it Good Guy, and then your World of Tanks account name. In the description, I want you to be as precise as possible as to when the event happened. Let's say, for example, the time that I bounced the shot for that T-34-2 was at 12 minutes and 32 seconds. I saved T-34-2 from certain demise. And then if you want to add a bit more in, he went on to get a Top Gun. And I got no kills. QQQ. Make sure you have it set to public and then click that upload button. Your replay will be uploaded and it'll be available on the homepage. Now here's the next part, how you guys can decide, well at least help me decide the outcome. There are thumbs up and thumbs down just like on YouTube. You can watch as many of these replays as you want that will be entitled Good Guy. Simply click on the replay, you can download it, watch it yourself in your World of Tanks client, and then maybe you can either give the video a thumbs up or a thumbs down. What this will mean is that when I order it by the difference, which is the difference between the likes and the dislikes, I'll be able to find your most liked replays and then use your opinions to decide the outcomes of this competition. Guys, this video is mostly focused on the fact that I want to just add a bit of the humanity back into World of Tanks. And it's not so much of that, it's more suggesting to you guys how you can actually have more fun in World of Tanks even if you're not playing in a platoon. Don't lose sight of the fact that those other 14 players on your team, they're not your enemy, they're your teammates. No matter how much they sometimes screw you over. And if you start playing like you're a teammate, then maybe karma will give you better teams in the long run. And maybe one day some guy will do the same thing for you. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, please consider rating it down below. I'd really appreciate it. And I really do value all of the feedback on my videos. I like to know when you guys have enjoyed them. Best of luck to you finding moments of opportunity where you can be a good guy, and good luck in the competition. Thank you so much for watching. You've been epic, and hopefully I'll see you soon.